Hi, I'm Karina, and today I'm going to show you how to use grids. Actually, I'm going to show you how to open it up and change it, which is so awesome. You guys know that I'm a fabric and paper designer, so this particular lesson, if you're paying close attention, is a great way to create cross-stitching. So cross-stitch patterns I think are awesome, and this is a great way to do it. So I'm hoping I've got a few cross-stitchers out there, people who wish they could draw and make great Illustrator designs for cross-stitching and then be able to print them and produce them. This is really awesome. Now, if you haven't taken one of my free courses, I have an Introduction to Illustrator course on my website at karinagardnercourses.com. So make sure and check that out because it's totally free. It'll get you acquainted with Illustrator. Okay, let's get started. I have a new document open. Go to, we're going to open our first grid. And what we're going to do is go to Window, and we're not going to go to Window, we're going to go to View. Go to View, Show Grid. Now, your default settings are probably like mine. I have a 72-point grid. That means those these heavier lines is 72 points. Now, if you don't know points, which I don't expect you to because even I really struggle with points, 72 points is just 1 inch. So you'll notice that this is 8 inches and a half across and 11 inches down perfectly, okay? Now, if you want to change your grid size, which you do, okay? Well, I mean, depends on what you're trying to do, right? Maybe I just want a clean grid so I can see what's going on. We're going to go to Illustrator, and we're going to go to Preferences, and if you see about 5 down is Guides and Grid. So click on that. And we are going to go in. You can see it's got a 72 point. Guess what? You can change that to inches if you want. And it's got subdivisions. I'm going to do 0 on the subdivisions. And I want to do a 1/2 inch block. So 0.5 inches for these things like I'm making a cross stitch or something. But I mean, the point is, here is where you're going to change all the dimensions no matter what project you're doing. Maybe you're doing something with Minecraft. Okay, great. Blocks, you just need blocks, right? Push OK, and you can see that my grid has completely changed up. So this is why this is so awesome. I can now create a square. So if I come over to my rectangle tool, that should be what's up for you, and I click a single time on the artboard, I can create a 0.5 inch by 0.5 inch. So it'll automatically change it for you. So just put an IN. Square. Okay, so I'm gonna push OK, and you can see I've got a square here. Now it's hard to see, so let's go ahead and swap your fill and stroke. So I have a black fill, and I'm going to make sure my stroke is at the front. You can do that by just clicking on it, making sure that it's to the front, and click on None. Okay, and the other nice thing we can do is we can make sure that this will fit into these squares. Okay, now you saw that I just moved it into one, but if you want to make sure that it's it's like setting up nicely, we're going to go to Illustrator Preferences, General, and we're going to do our keyboard increments as 0.5 inches. So that means that once I line one of them up, I can use my arrows on my keyboard to push it to wherever I want. Amazing. Push OK. When I discovered this, it changed everything, okay? And you'll see that we use this quite a bit in our coursework, like silhouette. This is killer. This changes everything because you can build everything so precisely. It's amazing. Okay, so first we need to line it up to something. So usually the top corner is the best. So go to Window, Align, and that will bring up your Align window. Mine is right down here. And I'm going to come down to this little Align to. We're going to change it to Align to Artboard, okay? And then we're going to align it to the top and the corner. Okay, so you see what I did? Now it's perfectly aligned, okay? So now if I copy and paste this, edit, copy, edit, paste, I have another one, I can just line it up right there into the corner. But now if I click on the top one, I'm just going to click once, and I use the arrows on my keyboard and I just click over, you'll see that it lands directly in each of those squares. Pretty awesome, right? Because we changed our keyboard increments. So you can change it however you want. But this, I think this is really killer. So you can see now, if you're a cross stitcher, you're someone who's like playing with this, you can create like all sorts of cool illustrations because this is like in right now, all the little squares and stuff. Double click on your color, change the color if you would like, okay? You can do an edit, copy, edit, paste. And you can now, because we've got this lining up, we can come to our align and we can do an align to selection, not the artboard. So change it to align to selection. And then you can see I'll select, this is the one we want it to be selected to, right? So we're going to select both of these. We're going to vertically align them to the top and horizontally align it left because I'm going to make it come to the original object that's already in a good position. So then I select off of everything. I'm going to select one on top and then I can move this over however I want. And you can see, I mean, if you're making a cross stitch and you're trying to color in all the boxes, it's going to take a hot second to get all these filled. There are other ways, of course, you can do it. You can build longer rectangles for sections and whatever else. But I wanted you to see how this grid can really help you and how you can just change all the increments and change how they work and move with your keys, and it's awesome, okay? If you haven't taken my free course, make sure and go check that out. I think I already told you guys that at karinagardnercourses.com. If you are looking to really make money in a niche, then I teach 5 classes that will really help you. Fabric design, silhouette design, Illustrator Academy, dingbats, and paper design. And these are all things I've done. I've either been the creative director for or I currently do to make money. And I think that they will help you actually make money in the design market. If you just get a general design degree or you're taking general design courses, that's not going to get you there. You still have to look for clients. You have to do all these things. I teach you actually how to do a specific field so that you can actually make money doing the things. So make sure and check that out at karinagardnercourses.com. And I will see you guys later.